Hey everybody, and welcome to Binder Minder. And well, we're continuing with Lorwyn season with another Lorwyn collector booster box. Like I said, we ordered a bunch. I ordered a bunch. My wife ordered a bunch. So there's going to be a bunch. But I did get in a few boxes today, including this. I figured I'd go ahead and get things started with this. You guys may have seen our previous videos. We had some good luck. I mean, at the time, it was really hard to tell, and it's still early. As I'm recording this, we are before the official launch, so we're technically in pre-sales still. So pricing is still going to drop, but I did hit a few bangers, and my wife did, as always, surprisingly well. She pulled 2 Japanese pre-release, or Japanese showcases. She pulled 2 special guests. And what else did she pull 2 of? Oh, 2 of the Bitter Blossoms, or whatever it was. So, you know, can't really complain there. Even though she only got 1 Shockland. I'm hoping I get a bunch of Shocklands. I'm hoping if I can get 2 special guests, that'd be great. Special guests are really going to be helpful for me with 20 special guests. But that said, let's go ahead and get into it, you know. And you guys can watch me struggle with these pull tabs. I swear, they don't ever pull any farther than that for me, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So if you know, let me know. I'd be very curious. Alright, so you're going to see me go through the commons, uncommons quick. I'm not going to highlight anything. I don't think there's anything that's valuable in those right now, although there is one uncommon that I thought looked pretty good. I don't think it's gone up in price yet, at least. I'll have to check after that. So we're going to focus on everything past the lands. So we get the land. I get a Hexing Squelcher. That's really not a bad way to start things off. So I pulled 2 of the showcase, a foil and a regular. And my first box, this is a foil regular version. I'm almost to a play set. Can't complain there. Off-nabbed Goat. Goliath Daydreamer. I don't think I got that one previously. So I'm trying to collect this whole set of showcase cards. So it'll be nice to get some variation there. Winnowing. It's a good card. I like that. And then another Goliath Daydreamer. So if I didn't have it, now I've got 2. I did get a copy. So before I was complaining that I didn't get any of the copy tokens. So hope everybody's been doing good. I hope you had fun at the pre-release and stuff. And if you've bought any, I hope you did well. If you're waiting on yours to come in, I wish you good luck. I really like this set. I'm a big fan of the cards, the artwork. I mean, even just random like uncommons and stuff. That's pretty cool looking. So there is a little bit of the tribal support. There's that champion card that I have not pulled yet. I'd love to see one of those. Tristan, Callous Cultivator, that's a 2-sided card and stuck. Then we got the Rain Slick Copsey behind it. Twilight Diviner, Collective Inferno, Tam, Mindful First Year. One of our dedicated viewers definitely replied saying that watching me fight with those is like watching me fight with the Jumpstart packs, and that is very, very true. Alright, Bree of Clad Stoutarn, Elemental Spectacle, Dream Harvest, Mythic there, Moon Shadow. I don't think I pulled that before. That's a really good card. And then we got a foil, Ashland Rekindled, which is stuck to the token here. Man, can't get them to come apart. The double-sided cards definitely stick. Got an art card, Grave Venerations, and that's cool looking. So Ashland Rekindled. I am trying to get all the dual-sided cards too, so can't complain there, even though I think I've already got that one. I to get 2 play booster boxes. I'm kind of curious to see how those will go. We haven't opened any play booster boxes yet, so didn't mean to bump you. All right, Glen Alondra Guardian. I do wish they would have put in a little bit more on the fairies. I feel like there's not enough in this. It was one of the things I was looking forward to. The seat, that's so cool with the frame break. So I've mentioned before that I thought these are the elementals from Modern Horizons. That's not true. I don't know why I was saying that. The Modern Horizons elements, which I know, it's like Fury and all those, most of those got reprinted in the precons actually. But some of these are the new elementals, and these have been popping off too as far as value goes. And like I said, awesome art. And if you're building an elemental deck, and another Ashling there, which of course is stuck to the foil, and we got a Slumbering Walker. We didn't get any Shocklands so far. I haven't seen a special guest or Japanese showcase. There's no guarantee that there's 1 per box on those, especially when we see my wife picking up 2 per box on hers on both of those. But I would like to see a few of them. See a couple cool cards back there on accident. I love that, planes. All right, Lorwyn, Imperfect Naturalist, Puka's Covenant, Endblaze Epiphany, Flutterwing Nuisance, and we got Steam Vents and foil. Wow, that's a good pull. So this is a dual-sided Shockland, and the art is great on both sides. See, like I said, Shocklands can't go wrong with. Thunderflock, Sinister Gnarlbark, Gloom Ripper, that's cool looking. Champion of the Klaken, nice Kithkin. Abigail Elegant, First Year, Birdbard. Mirror Mine Crown. I love the art on that. It's got that old school Kithkin look with the wide face and everything. Lamination. Selfless Safe Right. Rating Schemes. And then for our foil, it's a Mythic. Glen Alondra Guardian in the Japanese. Can't complain about that one. Cool looking art card too with the Ashling Rekindle, which I've already got a few of. All right, Selfless Safe Right. Wickersmith's Tools, Champions of the Perfect. There's a Temple Garden. It's a dual-sided card, but it's stuck to the foil. Let's see what we got behind it. Doran Besieged by Time. So I mentioned before that I wanted one of these for my showcase collection, but I also wouldn't mind having one for my big butt collection, and that works out right there. So the Temple Garden looks awesome. Love it. The dual-sided cards. I mean, this is a good, it's not only is it good for the lore, it fits the lore, but having 2 options for the art is great, especially with cards like that that are well used in a lot of sets. You can pick one that's going to be light-sided for your deck, or you can pick something that's going to match it if it's dark, you know. Alright, so another Steam Fence. Cannot complain. This is actually my first Shockland of the regular treatment. Don't think I got any before. Grave Venerations. Lorwyn Imperfect Naturalist. We got a couple of those now. Mutable Explorer. Not only have I not got one of these, but I love this card. I really wanted to get one to put in my Shapeshifter decks. Goblin Sharpshooter. Not a bad mythic for the special guest as well. Say we've been pretty good. 3 Shocklands so far. Good mythic. There's a few cards throw on top of there. I'd be really, really happy. Alright. My stack's all messy. Figure of Fable. This was one of the first cards that they released. I love the art on that. Springleaf Parade. Sonar Innovative First Year. I've got a few of those. Tam Mindful First Year. And a Sunderflock. Alright. Love getting these Evolving Wilds. And I don't mean that in like a sarcastic way. I use them in cheap decks. So I can't complain. Kithkeeper. Alright. Catharsis. Nice mythic. Dread Tiller. Another Hexing Squelcher. I have a playset. I have 3 showcase, including 1 foil and then the regular one. That is crazy. There's Johnny. The Planeswalker. Love it. And Grob's Command and foil. That looks great. Look at that. Yeah, I cannot complain. I feel like this playmat's giving me good luck. It's not like the Believe playmat that we had. Hey, that one pulled down further. Love the Believe playmat. Still one of my favorites. I've won so many games using it, but man, every time I use that opening packs, I think it's just because I was using it around Aether Drift. That's really the truth, but and Aether Drift just was bad for me every time. It's another land I really like. The lands look great in this set. Disruptor of Currents. Reaper King, no more. If you guys ever priced any of these cards that are for the precons, because the precons get broken down and sold by tons and tons of people on TCG Player and stuff, the foil version that comes with those is like almost nothing, and then these non-foil versions end up being really expensive for people like one of our followers who likes to not have foils, you know, and I don't blame them. It's easier to read, but it's just funny how a card that can be in a foil could be 50 cents, and then the other one could be $8 sometimes. So, Spry and Mighty. I don't think I pulled that yet. I have pulled this Sig Wonder Divine Wisdom. If you've never seen this, I'll get another special guest. Mistbind Click. Man, 2 special guests. I can't complain about that. Not a bad way to finish off this box either. I just love the artwork on these things, though. Alright, I'm going to get everything scanned in, sleeved up, all that kind of stuff sorted out. And I'll be back and let you know how we did. Okay, I'm back. We've taken a look at everything, got everything sleeved up. Move you down a little bit. Now let's just see how we did. So, for starters, I haven't organized these yet. I just have them commons, uncommons. But like with the previous ones, the stacks for the uncommons, commons is collector booster, so we have a lot less. So like a play booster box, we're probably going to have more than that just in the commons. So it's kind of nice we don't have some of that bulk. That said, the uncommons are just a little bit shorter, not too much shorter. I like that at least in this case we're seeing nearly as much uncommons as the commons. Mostly because the uncommons is usually where some of the cheaper but good cards are. One thing I noticed though, so obviously we got 4 lands in every one of them, but I pointed it out in my first box and my wife's box as well, and I thought maybe it was a coincidence. But we did get 1 of each type of land. So like forest, mountain, swamp, and then islands we got 2 and 2. And then same thing with the plains. We got 1 of every type because there's two forests, there's 2 of each lands. And then with islands, we got 2 extras, which is really cool. So, not too much for the stack of rares and mythics that are under $1. It is growing though. It is bigger than the last time because the prices are starting to come down. We're still, like I said, pre-release pricing technically until tomorrow. So while they've come down a lot in the last week, we're still not quite there where at least, they've leveled off a little bit. So these are still going to, this stack will get bigger, especially because this stack right here is a lot bigger than it was in my other boxes. That said, we ended up with 4 art cards, 1 of them being signed. Pretty cool looking one too. And then the rest are tokens, foil double-sided tokens. The stack of cards between $1 to $2, like I said, has gotten a lot bigger than previously. A lot of the non-foil extended arts and stuff like that are in here, and we'll see some of these drop into the less than $1 for sure. But that's how it goes. And then the stack of stuff over $2 currently is pretty big, and a lot of this is going to drop into this or even down into the less than $1 stuff too. So that said, let's go over the numbers. All right, sorry about that. I had to get everything organized. So starting off at the low end, the stuff that's just at $2, we have Sinister Gnarlbark extended art that's $202. Selfless Safe Right at $220 and foil regular. Glen Elandra Guardian at $221 for the foil. Dream Harvest extended art is $245. Tam Mindful First Year extended art is $276. Ashling Rekindled, the dual-sided borderless one, is $277. Catharsis is $288. Grub's Command Showcase in foil is $309 or $305. Champions of the Perfect extended art is $334. The Sneer Innovative First Year extended art is $356. Mirror Mind Crown in foil is $365. Sunderflock in foil showcase is $347. Twilight Diviner in showcase is $399. Abigail Eloquent First Year in the extended art and foil is $402. Selfless Safe Right extended art is $408. The Winnowing extended art is $421. Collective Inferno extended art is $433. Goliath Daydreamer in the foil showcase is $446. Then we get over $5 with the Mutable Explorer showcase. That is $6.27. Springleaf Paradise extended art $7.15. Tam Mindful First Year, but this extended art, but this time with foil, is $7.58. A Johnny Borderless is $7.90. The Ashling Rekindled, which we saw before, the Borderless extended art, or I'm sorry, Borderless foil is $8.29. Dorn Besieged by Time Showcase in foil is $12.61. That's crazy. Steam Vents in regular, but foil is $12.66, and that is still a good deal. Temple Garden is $14.44 for the dual-sided borderless non-foil, also a great deal. Deceit in the borderless with the frame break is $21.73. That's really popped off. Steam Vents borderless dual-sided foil is $27.78, also a great deal. Just to put things in perspective, the Steam Vents foil, but non-Galaxy foil from Infinity, which is similar to this, is still another like $10, $15 more, I think. I have to double check again. Hexing Squelcher, the regular version, but in foil, is $32.55. It's crazy. Moon Shadow in the showcase is $33.22. Hexing Squelcher again in the showcase is $36.50, which that is my 4th one to play set. Glen Elandra Guardian in the Japanese showcase is $37.99. And this Goblin Sharpshooter is expensive in foil. It is $61.74. Now I have one other card. This Mistbind Click. This didn't come up when I scanned it. It's for a price, but the non-foil version of this card is selling for $12.52, and they don't have a value for the foil right now. I don't know that any have sold. Let me look. Yeah, none of them are sold. None of them have even been listed, which is kind of crazy. No, there's some that are listed. There's some that are listed that are about $18. So probably around that price, because those are $18 and haven't sold yet. So it's probably even cheaper, to be honest. But still not a bad box. In fact, a great box. I mean, you get 2 Goblin Sharpshooters. You get 2, not Goblin Sharpshooters. You get 2 Hexing Squelchers. You get, a good showcase, a Japanese showcase, and 2 special guests. I can't complain. And we got 3 Shocklings. So, not bad. Not bad at all. In fact, so for the totals, the box, when scanned, and that doesn't count this one right here, is $405.64. That's for the dollar and more. With the bulk included, it's 445. No, I'm sorry, wrong one I'm looking at there. Nope, it's 445. 445. Not counting this one again. Now, to put things in perspective, for comparison, we opened up 2 other Lorwyn collector booster boxes, and those still have a couple cards that are not showing up, I believe. I don't think that the special guests are showing up on, or one of those is not showing up on my wife's, which she got 2 of each. So my box was $442 for my first one, and my wife's was at $430. Now those have come down from the original prices. So when I originally scanned all that, my original box has come down $150, and hers has come down $67. My guess is that hers has come down $67 because maybe at least one of those that wasn't scanned is showing up. I don't know. But that said, at this moment in time, this box is still better than the other 2, which is pretty crazy. But it also brings me to another topic. Should you buy a collector booster box right now off the regular market? So we're still before the end of pre-release. Prices are going to drop more. These are not going to be, these boxes were good, but unless some of these cards that are expensive already continue to go up, which I think some of them will, but right now at $445, and that's including the bulk. But you don't have much room for the price to go down before it gets below what the boxes are currently selling for. So the cheapest one you can get on TCG Player right now, and there's only 11 listed. 11 listings, I guess, not 11 listed. There's some of those have more, but the cheapest one is $435.75 shipped, plus tax. So I mean, that's pretty much where we're at in this box. I love opening these things. I love opening collector booster boxes, but if you're here for trying to make money, 9 times out of 10, not opening the collector booster box is going to be the most value. Hanging on to it and reselling the box when the market's completely gone and there's nobody has any left, that's going to be the better price. But what's the fun in that, right? Still, that said, once the prices drop after launch and the next couple weeks, these things are going to go down in price, and for the most part, you're still going to want to get singles. Singles is always still the better way to go financially. You just don't have some of the fun. You don't have any. I mean, it's gambling at the end of the day. We're gambling that we're going to get a good hit. But the set's got a serialized card in it. You could pull a serialized card, and every box you open up, you're paying a little bit for that towards that serialized card lottery. And so that little bit makes it not a good value sometimes. The good side of that is serialized boxes like this, because they get opened up like crazy. The non-serialized cards, especially the cheap, a lot of the other ones start to go down in price. So singles are always best. That said, I've got 2 play booster boxes we're going to open up soon, and hopefully, assuming this winter storm doesn't affect the shipping, we'll be getting in the rest of the stuff, including the stuff for my wife, another collector booster box for me and her, another play booster box for her, and all the decks and stuff like that too. And I've got decks coming she's got decks coming. She's got a draft box, so we got a lot to open up still. Unfortunately, those decks do not have collector booster samplers in anymore, which is a bummer. But yeah, I appreciate everybody watching. This is Binder Minder. Thanks as always for watching. And to put us in your binder, like I'm going to do with a few of these cards, you just got to like and subscribe, ring the bell to be notified. And you can catch us on our social media, which is down in the description below. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe. We'll see you soon. Bye.